What if I told you that Shanks is on a secret mission? A mission so secret it could change the world as we know it. One Piece. Shanks, the only Yonko without the devil fruit. Coincidence? I do not think so. And what about his crew? There doesn't appear to be a single user of the devil fruit. Maybe they just really like to eat healthy. Or maybe there's more to it. And then there's the only confirmed devil fruit user on Roger's crew, and he didn't even eat his fruit on purpose. Talk about a bad apple. But let's not forget about Blackbeard, who is doing basically the same thing as Shanks, but in a more, let's say, aggressive manner. Shanks informs Whitebeard of Blackbeard's dangerous ambitions. And finally, the human fruit. Why did Shanks steal it? Was this all part of Roger's grand plan? So is Shanks collecting the devil fruits to keep them from failing into the wrong hands? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the most recent chapter of One Piece, we got more information about Dragon, and just as many as speculated, in the past, he used to be part of the Marines, and that's where he learned his combat skills. But Dragon admitted to leaving his ranks, because despite claims that the Marines stood for justice, he found only injustice. He has become disillusioned with their corrupt nature, and now fights to save the Divine Dragons from their atrocities, while innocent people around the world suffer in silence. And so that's why Dragon decided to take the power into his own hands and revolt against their tyranny, because in his eyes, being a bystander to the devastation taking place was just as bad as being the perpetrator. Dragon fights for freedom in his own way. He follows his dreams just like Luffy, and that's why he's recognized as the worst criminal in the world. Subscribe for more. One Piece. Chapter 1100 is set to be an exciting installment in the long-running manga series. The chapter will focus on Kuma, who is forced to make a difficult decision by the world government. Kuma is forced to make a deal with the world government to save Bonnie's life. He agrees to become a Shichibukai, a human weapon, and have his mind erased. Despite the harsh conditions, Kuma is very happy that Bonnie could be saved. He spends the next 6 months with Bonnie and becomes close to her. After Bonnie's surgery, Kuma says goodbye to her, knowing it is their last farewell. He sets off to sea as a Shichibukai, while Bonnie begins her year of recovery under the care of world government agents. The chapter ends with Kuma writing a letter to Bonnie, expressing his hope that they can visit the islands he's exploring together in the future. Meanwhile, a young Luffy is running through the forest in Fushi Village when Kuma's ship arrives. Did you know? Shanks was always doing what he was told by Roger. Why did he have the Nika fruit? Why was he so upset when Luffy ate it? And why did he immediately change from anger to acceptance and even sacrifice his arm for the kid? Why did he wait until now to claim the One Piece? He was told to wait for Joy Boy. He was told the next Joy Boy would eat that Nika fruit, and so he stole it and waited beside the devil fruit for whomever it chooses. He was upset at first until he realized that Luffy didn't eat it by choice. The Nika fruit chose Luffy. I believe he also has one of the pony glyphs for the same reason. Nobody can get to Laugh Tale until Shanks decides they can. He's the gatekeeper of Laugh Tale. Roger instructed Shanks to wait for Joy Boy and prepare for his return. Or it can be that Roger probably didn't tell anybody to do anything, but instead, it seems more like each crew member individually chose to honor their captain's dream. Also, if the Gorosei knew about mythical zone devil fruits, having a mind of their own, it would be likely that Shanks knows this as well, and that makes the idea of Shanks giving the devil fruit to Ace somewhat questionable. Did you know? Drakul Mihawk, one of the characters in One Piece, does not possess a devil fruit. He is known as the world's greatest swordsman and relies solely on his exceptional swordsmanship skills. However, if you were to imagine a devil fruit that could complement Mihawk's combat style, it might be something related to enhanced perception, agility, or sword mastery. Soru Soru no Mi, Soul Fruit. This Paramecia-type devil fruit would allow Mihawk to manipulate souls. While it may not directly enhance his sword skills, it could provide unique abilities such as sensing opponents' intentions or foreseeing their moves. Did you know Sabo will defeat Akainu instead of Luffy? Let me tell you how. Sabo needs at least one really good fight, and he has a strong emotional connection to Akainu. First, obviously because of Ace. Second, he literally is the right-hand man to Dragon. So like the revolutionary strongest soldier, and Akainu is like the world government's strongest soldier in the Navy. It would make a lot of sense narratively. When Akainu killed Ace, he said that his flames were hotter, while Sabo could awaken the blue flames and beat him with his haki. Also, Sanji can awaken black flames even hotter than blue flames to keep it unique. Just a thought, Luffy already has to fight Imu as the main antagonist during the final war, so he would have to first defeat Akainu and then Imu versus one huge battle with all the Navy and all the world government in one. Obviously, Luffy can't 1v2 both Imu and Akainu, and that would just look weird. Which would you rather see? 2 smaller battles or 1 big one? Just because you want Luffy to be the one to kill Akainu. Luffy will also get some revenge by beating Blackbeard, who is just as much responsible for Ace's death as Akainu. Why can't Sabo get his revenge too? Will Zoro break Mihawk's Black Blade Yoru during their final clash? Zoro's and Mihawk's clash is destined to happen. In order to become the world's greatest swordsman, Zoro needs to defeat Mihawk. No matter if they live 2 years together or they are a student teacher, they will fight. But the question is, what will be the outcome of their battle? Black Blades are known as the strongest swords, and Mihawk's Black Blade Yoru is also known as the strongest among the Black Blades. Firstly, I don't think Black Blades can be either destroyed or get rusted, but still, there is a chance. Since nothing was clear about what Zoro did during the 2 years of his training with Mihawk, if you look at it that way, the only thing Zoro learned during that time was how to coat your sword with armament haki, making it look like a black blade, which was done by many characters who are not even serious about being a swordsman. I refuse to believe that while Luffy learned all 3 haki, developed Gear 4, and even another form of Gear 4 which is Snake Man, and Zoro just learned to turn his sword black. Plus there's a mystery of his left eye too.